Hi, I'm Lenny, one of the partners here at Carolina Land Buyers. We're typically doing between 8 and 10 land closings a month and looking to double that. So what I want to do today is share a recent success story on both sides of this real estate closing that took place in Burlington, North Carolina. So let's get started. So this gentleman, he was retired, had two adjacent lots next to each other on a busy road. They once contained, I think each lot had a single family home on it that were old family properties way back in the 50s or 60s, according to the records we saw. But at this point, he did not have any plans to build or the time or the means. So he was just doing a very good job actually in maintaining the lot. He lived in town, so he would go up there and mow the grass and just make sure that everything stayed clean. They were actually located next to the church, so he would travel up there, and he especially wanted those lots to be representable for the passing traffic and the local churchgoers. But the biggest thing is, at his age, it just became, or felt, I guess, as he explained, like a burden. Every week he would go up there and have to dedicate time cutting the grass. He didn't have any of his children local that could come in and help him with this, and he was paying the taxes on it after all these years. So when it finally hit that, he was just basically, these were big fields that he was cutting the grass on. Just timing was right. We ended up calling him, and we were able to structure something where it felt like what he was looking for, as far as not just price but the terms and the communication. So the biggest thing is that he wanted was a hassle-free, all the closing costs paid for, know what you're going to get type of transaction. After analyzing and sending this into underwriting on our side, we were able to work out a fair price for both of those lots. We actually, at the closing, was for both of those lots together. So it was a combined closing for the two lots. He wanted to sell them together. As is, so he did not have to prep the lots. He did not have to keep mowing the grass while we were under contract. We took all the responsibility off his plate during the time being, and he wanted to try to close these in a month. He had some personal plans afterwards for the money, so we wanted to make sure that we could come through and stick to that timeline. So that's something that we analyzed and thought that we could definitely come through for him on. Biggest, I guess, if we want to break this down into the exact, service of this transaction that we were able to, give him the benefits on, would be that we were able to close in a little less than a month for him, which he was very happy for. That way he hit his benchmark for his plans after closing with the money. We were able to handle all the title work for him and get that paid for, so he did not have to worry about that stress or come out of pocket or have those funds come for the closing for the title work come out of his walkaway proceeds for a sales price. We actually hired a mobile notary and included that into the closing costs. At his age, driving a car was not as accessible as it was once for him. So with the help of his son, we coordinated a day and time for a licensed mobile notary with the closing documents to go to his home, who walked him and his son through the closing documents and what to do and how to sign so they could get notarized. They have not, their family has not sold land in a very long time, so this was all new to him. So we wanted to make sure that they had the help and support and guidance from everybody involved, so that they felt the trust and the communication was there. We also helped him set up a bank account. So with the help of his family, he expressed that he didn't have a checking account that could where he could cash his certified check, which he opted for instead of a bank wire after the closing took place. So we wanted to make sure that once the closing documents were recorded with the county the next day, that he would, once the check was ready to be picked up, that he could go and make sure he could get that that check cashed right away. So we helped him with that, made sure that he was good to go to the finish line and past the finish line. I wanted to make sure he got that money. He was really looking forward to. And when we talked to him and asked for some feedback, he was very pleased. He felt educated with the process, which he was not used to. And I think that, he felt that it was pretty easygoing and convenient every step of the way. And it's what he's what he hoped for. So if you like this story, if it reminds you of maybe a situation that you have or that anybody that you know of, feel free to keep watching these videos. We want to make sure that we educate you, whether you choose to reach out and work with us or any other cash land buyer in the state of North Carolina. We want to make sure that you get some value either way and learn something. So if you took one thing away, that's a win. And feel free to check out some more of my content. I have some other stories of some recent successes and also just some educational pieces. So go check that out, and let's keep learning about the sales process of land in the state of North Carolina. So until next time, talk to you soon.